So you know how Benable encourages you to be yourself, right? The Benable platform is for everyone. It's not only for influencers and content creators, but literally everyone. This is where I am going to shift things up a little bit. And not only do I create lists on my downtime on Benable, I want to treat myself as if this is the first time I am joining the platform and want to create my first list. So typically, the first list that I think I would do is something related to beauty or something related to self-care, typically, because my objective in life is to be intentional and doing things that revolve around health and wellness. So what does that mean? Self-care, mindfulness, physical activity, exercise, that is, and things that involve around me that also promotes wellness, like taking care of plants, etc., etc. So I thought to create my first list as a self-care list. So I'm going to share a few items that I personally have. This is not promotion of any of these items. This is just to give a practical or in real time perspective on creating a list. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so we're on the platform and I am going to start with certain things, but I'm not going to create the whole list in real time. But if you are a creator on the platform already and you're just here to check out this video and want to see what things are about, or maybe get some inspiration, you can create your list at the same time. Or if you're new and you already joined, you can create a list as well. So we're going to go to the platform. We're going to open a new list by pressing this new purple button with the plus sign. We're going to do a new list because I believe I already have a self-care or wellness section already created. I haven't come up with a name yet. Your list is already unlisted, so no one can see the list is being created until you're ready to make it public. So currently it's private, and I'm just going to keep it simple right now and say wellness list because I haven't found a name yet for my list. Right, so cool enough, they already associate a meditation yogi emoji on this list. So let's start creating. I am going to skip the description right now until I figure out something for the intentional folks who enjoy health and wellness. Right? This will probably change most likely, but the goal is to promote curiosity if I can help it. So we're going to add our first section. I'm going to name the section because I have things based off of products and ideally things that will encompass working on the inside out, product wise, and something that does not involve products. So the first thing that comes to mind, working inside out, would become a product, because typically when you think about creating lists with intention to have a little cashback to follow behind it, you usually will have a product or a service suggested or recommended that may potentially have an affiliate link behind it. And then there's a chance for you to get a commission on the back end from a person who potentially chose to purchase through your link. Creators who are already well versed in the idea behind affiliate marketing will know what I'm talking about. But basically, if this is the first time you've ever heard of affiliate marketing, this is a certain concept that has been embedded into the Benable platform, the app itself, where it has big box brands, department stores, typically any business that has an affiliate link, the link that allows a person to recommend a product or service, and they get rewarded with a small commission from that. So just as a disclaimer, if you happen to be inspired by some of the items that I recommend, and that is something that you like and you happen to use my link and you purchase from that link, I may get a small cash back at no cost to you, but I do want to put that disclaimer out there because I'm obviously making the list in real time. So thank you if you are in the position of doing that. And if not, that's totally fine. Thank you for even listening to my video. So going back to the list, we are going to title the list Let's do body care first, right? Body care, because we're working on the inside out. Not body, but body. Body care. I'm going to keep it simple. Working on the inside out. So what comes to mind? If I want to do a product or a service, I first will most likely do a product, especially if I have intention on getting a cashback from that recommendation. So the first thing I have in mind is, let's talk supplements. So I have quite a few supplements that I would potentially add into the list, but just for the sake of time, let's go with Goli. Goli is a company that offers products such as supplements, ashwagandha gummies, and other items, for example, that you can eat or drink that may help you in your wellness, in your health and wellness, as far as this offers restore, relax, and unwind. It's a dietary supplement that helps you to relax a little bit easier if you have trouble going to sleep, or you need an aid, a natural aid, to help you become a little more calmer and sleep better at night. So let's put in Goli. I'm going to press the add tab and let's see what the Goli brand has as far as a direct link to the website. So the system itself already picks up Goli, but if you see down to the bottom, it says affiliate links are not available for this site. That's okay. Not everything has to require an affiliate link. But if you want to grab some automatic populated photos to give an idea on what the product is, you can select up to 3. But I'm going to keep it simple and add, no, let's zoom out. Add it to where it's in frame and then add a note. The ashwagandha is a very good product. I use it periodically. Although you see this bottle is only left to 2. I use it sparingly. I, of course, like to use it as an aid to help me go to sleep on the high stress days. So I could say I occasionally use this product for the high stress days. The gummy makes things taste so much better than a pill, right? Confirm. You're all done. The next thing I would recommend is something like tea. You have traditional medicinals. This is a brand that I really like. Usually it focuses on organic herbal teas. So that's something that I would personally recommend, because if I can help it, it will be organic if it's affordable. So I could throw in organics, maybe not organics, but traditional medicinals, everyday detox tea. It already pops up for me. Look, it happens to already have the Benable auto affiliate link. Well, let's see where it takes us. It already takes us to Instagram. That's interesting. I haven't seen that yet, so I think I want to copy that real quick. It has the $sign on it, so that lets you know you're good to go. But I just want to pop in real quick, see what happens when I plug this in. So it takes me directly to the website. So there's a direct link to the website, although it said Instagram. That's good to know because I don't want to go to Instagram. All right, so I'm going to deselect and have something that obviously shows what I have. And then I would plug in detoxing teas to aid in digestion when I have an unsettled stomach and I want something light to drink in the morning. The idea is to add items and make it more personable. You don't want to sound like a robot, and I believe they have a system already built in to where it can determine if it doesn't really sound like an item that is too generic to even talk about. You want something a little more in detail, a little more personable. It'll help a lot. And also, you're offering recommendations. So the guide is to make things a little bit easier for people to pick up from what you're saying. So you have another tea, right? Green tea, elderberry, excuse me. Bigelow, I'm actually starting to move away from, but it's still a good tea to drink so far. I personally would recommend, if you can help it, loose leaf tea, but I'm still currently on bag tea, but at least it's still in the works of having a good practice of consuming tea. All right, we're still working on the inside out, but we are going to shift to something different. For example, keeping it simple. Water, right? I could recommend this brand Essentia. It's ionized alkaline water. It says 9.5 pH or higher. Essentially, drink your water. I'm not disregard. I tickle myself sometimes at my own corny jokes, and sometimes people like corny, so I'm gonna just go with the flow. All right, so we're working on the inside out. So we drank our water, we've had our tea, we have a supplement to help us remain calm. There are other supplements that I would recommend that you may see flashing across the screen, but to say the least, working on body care, self-care, wellness can be in this area as far as drinks and supplements. Okay, cool. So let's create another section, because guess what? We're working on the inside out, right? So let's think about working our way out to aromatherapy, doTERRA, right? You may even see in the background, maybe I'm gonna slide over a little bit. You may see my aroma diffuser. I got that from the TikTok shop a long time ago. I'm not on TikTok anymore. I personally don't really care for the app like that. I was in the matrix for at least 2 years. And that was after leaving the clinical space during the pandemic. So I needed a break, and I shifted from working in the clinical setting to getting out of that setting. And I realized how stimulating TikTok was, where I was like, I have to get out. Have you ever seen the scene of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief or something like that? And y'all saw the scene where he and his friends were at this place that kind of reminded me of like the casino. And they were eating some herb or whatever it was. And when they realized that that's what was keeping them in, they had realized they had been in longer than the time allotted that they had for themselves. Yeah, that's TikTok. That is TikTok. All right, moving on. So aromatherapy. You want to think about the things you're inhaling. We talk about neuroendocrine disruptors, and you may have heard from a more holistic perspective to have essential oils that you take in versus other aromatherapy products that might be more toxic than you think. There are apps, for example, I won't plug them in, but there are apps to help you figure out what products are healthier versus them being highly toxic to consume, whether that's inhaling, eating, and having on your skin, whatever it is defined as, it's still consumption, although it's subtle and indirect. So this is a more healthier option than having a whole bunch of sprays that you spray that have a good smell goods behind it in order to keep your house smelling good because it makes you feel good. Not hating on those, because I personally still have a couple, but I am working my way out of having those things and working to more healthier items. Okay, other examples of body care. The new section we have is aroma, right? The healthier options for smell goods, right? And I'm going to show you how I'm going to contradict myself in just a little bit. So let's do doTERRA. But this time, instead of using the app to work for us, we're going to go on the website and search well, that's not here. Let's go to Google. doTERRA, right? We're going to go to the actual website. Stop popping up, Mermaid. And we're going to take advantage of the Benable plugin, right? Yes. Here, Benable plugin. Then we're going to do wellness lists directly from there and go to aroma. Why? Because this plugin saves a lot of time when you're on your desktop. So if you don't have it on your desktop yet, or potentially your tablet, definitely add that plugin for easy drop and plug in. So you want to change the title here and just put doTERRA essential oils. Keep it simple. You could have put something else a little more quirky, a little more personable, but in this case, we're trying to keep things simple right now. So I'm going to plug in this lavender and also show that this does not have an affiliate link. That's okay when you're a person that's just trying to offer recommendations on what works for you. Now, I have another suggestion that I'm going to share with the other scent. So I'm going to say lavender smells perfect for late night. Ooh, wrong. Perfect for late night. Relaxation. I spelled that wrong. Relaxation from a long day at work, right? Done. Then let's say we have the breathe. Breathe is good for invigorating and uplifting and energizing the body. So this has a blend of eucalyptus leaf, mint, peppermint oil, tea tree, and things of that nature. So guess what? If I wanted to, I could go to Amazon, for example. Amazon, go to the website, boom, plug in doTERRA Breathe essential oil. That was wrong. I didn't do the right thing. I didn't spell it right, but okay. So we're here. It says $38 and some change, and typically is a little more pricier. So we're going to click here, right? We're going to use the plugin, make things easy, add aroma, let it load, let it load, let it load. Oh, is that a Benable auto affiliate link? Yes, but you have the advantage of using Amazon and other third-party sites who happens to sell the same item for either a cheaper price and or more accessibility for you having a chance to get an affiliate commission behind it. So that says 15 milliliters. And that's what mine says. I just need to double check. So it says respiratory blend. I'd like to keep the 15 milliliters so people know exactly the size. And then I would plug in another photo just to make things look a little more balanced. Add note, perfect for when you need an aroma boost for energy and awakening, right? Done. All right, let's keep going. For example, you have, we said aroma, right? So let's opt out of this, opt out of doTERRA, jump in another example. We're going to create another section. Go back up to the top, purple button, add section, and it's going to work in a tiered setup. Oh, guess what? I forgot, when you use the plugin though, it does not automatically show the photos and the links. So you just want to refresh and it'll pop up right there for you, right? It has the Amazon tag there as well, so you know exactly where, so people know exactly where it's leading them. So we're going to do the next section and say body care. Although we already have it up top, I'm going to shift body care from that to supplements and teas, right? To be more specific. We're working backwards, but now we're moving forward. So body care. For example, I have things like CeraVe facial cleanser. Other things that you might see on the list that I don't have with me. You have Black Girl sunscreen. Oh, what else do we have? Deodorant, natural deodorant from Crystal. Natrium body serum. Body wash, for example, Dr. Bronner's. And also a Savannah local owned business called Salacia. It's the scent called Georgia Peach. It's a body butter that smells so good. It's a nice cream. Although the size is rather small, I don't know what the size is, but the body butter contains botanicals of apricot, mango, olive, but the infused scent, of course, is peach, and it's based with shea butter. It smells light, but it's still very strong to where you can still smell it yourself, but it's light. Although I said strong, it's light. All right. Lastly, the contradiction that I said earlier. Carolina Herrera, good girl. She's pretty. Smells good. Perfect for nights where you are date nights, where you are making it more sultry. It's like a sultry scent. The good girl is. It's deep. You feel like it's one of those nights where it's going to be very intimate, and it doesn't even have to be sexual. It's just intimate, and it pulls you in, it draws you in. It's more of a winter smell to me personally. So I could definitely recommend Carolina Herrera and say it is a perfect for date night evenings, and also a winter scent. Let's plug in Crystal, for example, body care for your body, right? For your body. Let's plug in Crystal deodorant. Let's see what it pulls for us. So crystal.com, it's not an affiliate direct link, but it's still a very quality product. It's a good quality product. So because we're going to take this away, we don't want that. Lavender, because that's what I have. Add note, roll on, smooth, and dries well. Does not leave any deodorant marks. You don't have to get too technical. Just plug it in. When you know, and when you're authentic to the product, when you use it, you don't have to, when you embody the things that you actually use, you don't have to worry about being too creative in what to say. You just put it out there, right? So, what else do we have? We're going to plug in Black Girl Sunscreen. I think that's self-explanatory. This is one thing that I will say in here. Black Girl Sunscreen. SPF 50. Let's see what it plugs up for me. No affiliate link. I'm not surprised. It's a mineral combination sunscreen. I'm going to say leaves a white cast, but works well for super sensitive skin like mine. I have to rub in deeply for it to absorb, and I will reframe the sentences so that it flows well. Just to give an example, that's a real true review, but it's still a quality review because it does work well. Certain women have actually spoken against it, but in my opinion, it actually works well for me because my skin is sensitive. When I'm in the sun, I will literally burn easily. It literally feels like being outside for 10 minutes, and it makes me want to run away from the sun, although I shouldn't be, because that's the easiest way of vitamin D to get into your body. So nice segue, being out in the sun, right? I'm going to confirm. I'm going to update my list so that things flow in well. Lastly, create a new list or create a new section, and outdoors. I'm going to recommend physical activity. We talk about being outside, catching sun, things of that nature. I could offer an article saying why sun is the best source for, look, it's already pulling up for me. Sun is the best source of vitamin D. Let's see what it pulls up for me. Ask the doctors how much sunshine. Ask the doctors how much sunshine do I need? Sunshine. I have a list, y'all. Sunshine do I need for enough vitamin D? This is stuff that's pulling up from UCLAhealth.org. But I don't know if these photos are true to the concept. But we're just going to keep that in for user purposes right now. Add note. Walk outside for at least 10 minutes to get your vitamin D. Now, disclaimer. I don't know what the statistics say right now for how long you need to be outside to absorb a certain amount of vitamin D while not getting sunburn, while not getting UV ray lights that actually works against your skin. But this is just to give an example, and this is not something I'm specifically leaving on my list. And like I said, this is going to be updated later on, but to say the least, is definitely worth looking into. Now, I can also recommend Lake Mayer, Savannah, Georgia. I always walked at that park. I love it. You have a skate park there. People can do a little kayaking. They can row. I think I've seen some jet skis out there. It's very nice and enjoyable. You have more than a mile of a walking path. I've seen people feed the ducks. I've seen people skate on their rollerblades, their roller skates. Definitely worth having a good time at. If you're ever in Savannah and need a place to walk, you can definitely enjoy your time there. And of course, they have the pavilions for family reunions. I've seen that too. Add note, have fun feeding the birds and taking a walk. Easy. Why? Because I've done it. I've been there. And that's how easy it can be by creating your list on the platform. All right, I'm already into 30 minutes. Goodness gracious. Last but not least, easy reading, journaling, reflecting. If you're a yogi and you might be familiar with Swami Satchidananda, this is daily inspirational readings for you so that you are able to work on your personal growth journey. That's something I always promote. And you will always have something beneficial to read when you take your mind away from social media and the phones. So the Golden Present, you can also read a book outside. Let's see where it pulls up for me. thegoldenpresent.org. So this is from the actual website, and I can add a note and say, if you need a source for personal growth with a yoga guru, read this for daily inspiration. This has 365 days. 365 days. Right? Confirm. Now, in this list, I intentionally did not know what was going to pop up for these affiliate links, but at least we know what it has to offer. So that's something that you can do when you don't want to create lists that are just all product links. Benable also has a way of figuring out how it is being created, and they suggest you offering more than just products because they want this app to be a resource that is helpful to you. Ooh, not only that, let's go back to Lake Mayer real quick. Lake Mayer, you have this feature where edit, and you can plug in. No, so we're going to scratch that. We're going to cancel. Here is the list. You have a total of 9 items. Benable typically recommends that you have at least 10 to 15 items, I believe, or 12 to 15, 1 to 2, that has a chance of becoming optimized. Let's see what happened so far with just 9 items. Let's take it off of the privacy setting. Oh, let's go to advanced settings real quick. You can add a welcome note, and then you can enable the map view, right? So this allows you to have a direct link to the Google map for somebody to, or the maps that you prefer to use for someone to get your list and plug in the recommended location for that section. All right. Not only that, let's go to the privacy settings. Let's see what happens. Let's make it public. We're going to exit. Let's see what happens when we go back to our profile. Let's see what plugs in. So far, it doesn't have anything on here. You'll see optimized, you'll see near optimized. Maybe it takes about 10 minutes to catch up and it'll tell you something. But so far, we're not in the clear. So we will work on having an item or a list that will be more susceptible to being optimized. So not only that, you want to edit the cover photos. Let's do goalie. Let's do that to make it look a little more attractive, right? And then we can rearrange, or we can keep it just like that. Sunscreen, essential oils, teas. I actually like that because of the way the color flow is, right? It flows well. So again, so far it's not looking like it's doing much anything. And I also haven't given it enough time to actually generate. So I am going to put this list back on private and go from there. So in the meantime, I hope you found this helpful. If you want to know other ways to have lists that will most likely put you at a higher chance for a guaranteed list that not only optimized, but getting items that are recommended to get you some cash back, I invite you to check out this Benable series that I've shared with me and my friend Jess Savage. She is another Benable creator, and we have collaborated together and shared with you our experience on the platform and what to expect from the platform. If you also want an idea on my overall experience, I have created a video that shares like a 5-star review on each section that I have had an opportunity to earn cash back from. So if you want to learn that, I invite you to check out this video here. And in the meantime, happy creating, and I will see you on the other side. Be well.